Good day, everyone. Ali Safi here from Safi Financial Network. Today is February 10, 2025. Here's another daily analysis. So we just got a very nice candle today, a bullish candle, market gap down, and it's kind of like a fulfilled the first scenario that I was spoken. Um, I believe during weekend video that we may see a corrective move, a small shallow corrective move here to form a higher low here, and then we are getting back to this trend line, and we're gonna challenge this trend line. Right now, future market is negative, but this is very light volume. We can't rely on that after London session and New York session tomorrow. We can see if market is gonna breaking through to the upside, or that's gonna be just a resistance like this and getting back to the downside. If we get below, I would say today's pivot, then market is getting ready for a sharper decline, potentially to 5,800, which is gonna be less likely. If you ask me, I think the market is gonna consolidate here more around this area, and we may see some kind of like a nice bullish consolidation prior breakout. By the way, the amount of the short position is just increasing to the largest amount of the short position in the history. So that tells me that we may see a short squeeze to have a maximum pain for lots of people, and that's going to benefit lots of institutions down the road if they do the short squeeze. So we'll see. But 62 to 62.50, that's going to be the level that I'm looking at. If we breaking through to the upside, at least for the short term, we can get to 62 to 62.50, and that would be a great benefit for lots of long position holders. Moving on to Nasdaq, which is the same market, just gap down here to 21,300 and nicely getting back to the upside. Right now, it's about challenging this trend line, and if it gets through, you're gonna see a nice rally to the upside, and this rally can initiate new all-time high, brand new all-time high. However, if we get below this position, which is today's low, and that's going to be below moving averages. However, in choppy market, moving averages don't work. But if we get below this, that would be kind of like a deeper correction down the road. But right now we are seeing low, higher low, higher low, and this is the higher low. It tells me that you're going to just forming a nice breaking through to the upside, and if this breaking through happens, we're gonna just slice easily 22,000 to potential 22,500 for a brand new all-time high. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to Dow, which was kind of like interesting just because Dow lagging today. However, it was managed positive but lagged today because financials actually they did very bad, and we will get to those ones as well. So they all hammered today. We'll get to those ones. But Dow just getting a 44,000, nicely touch it and bounce back up. Right now, it's forming a very nice choppy market here. If Dow is getting back to the upside, it needs to breaking through this neckline, which is a previous new all-time high, 45,000. So 45,000 needs to be breaking through to the upside, and that would be a great buying opportunity for those breakthrough traders or breakout traders to 46,000. However, I would say if we get a bigger correction or kind of like a deeper correction, we are going to go all the way down to 43,000. Right now, I would say this is going to be less likely. But tomorrow is going to be Coca-Cola, which is going to be Dow component, and Humana, which is going to be another Dow component. So we will see how it goes with this name. Moving on to gold, which is right now at a new all-time high. Today we just got, I believe, 29.42 today. So brand new all-time high for gold. Didn't give us any corrective move right now. It's just sparking higher and higher. This is kind of like a getting to the vertical move. And that is the sign of the exhaustion. But right now, I would say gold can go higher and higher. As long as geopolitical tensions are here, we can see higher golds are coming. Moving on to silver. Silver is just forming a bullish consolidation here. It's not like gold, but this consolidation prior this supply area and prior this pivot, this tells me that the breaking through is coming, potentially 34 to $35 for silver is coming down the road. Moving on to crude, which is forming a very nice reversal today. I would say crude is forming the bottom right now, finally got into the 72.71. Right now, crude just a close above 72, 72.79 is trading right now. And if we get above this 74, we can see a nice momentum to the upside. As I said before, crude, if crude is getting back above this $80, $84, then we are going to see a nice breaking through to $92 for crude down the road. So stay tuned for that one. I would say this year, we can see a higher price in crude, potentially in mid-summer. Moving on to individual names, starting with Bitcoin. Bitcoin just getting back to the upside after a very weak, kind of like last few days, a very weak weekend as well. Bitcoin is getting back to the upside, very shallow, 97,000. If it loses this area, which is 91,000, as I said before, 74 to 76,000 is coming. I put analysis for Bitcoin. We may see some kind of like another potential bias to the upside for short term, but ultimately, I would say 74 to 76,000 for Bitcoin is coming down the road. The same here for Ethereum. Ethereum is getting back to the upside right now, defended 2,600. I would say if Ethereum goes back to the upside, it can easily manage to new all-time high, while Bitcoin could be lagging. So the momentum is shifting to Ethereum and the other altcoins as well. Moving on to bond yield. Bond yield is getting back to the upside today. It's just forming a choppy consolidation. There is nothing actually clear for us for understand the trend. But I would say even if we get a bounce to 4.55, that would be kind of like the scenario that bond yield is topped and we are getting a more downside after that. CPI is coming on Wednesday. Everyone is waiting for that one. That is very, very important for the bond yield, treasuries, Dixie, stock market, and also gold and precious metals. Moving on to TLT Treasury, just getting back to the upside last week, actually last 2 weeks. Right now, we just got into this trend line, and this trend line acting as a resistance. Obviously, we saw that on Thursday. We just hit it, and then getting back to the downside. Right now, $89 fix for Treasury. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to VIX. VIX is getting down today, a $15.81 right now trading. And I would say VIX is potentially getting lower before a nice spike to the upside. Something like this. I would like to see something like this. Moving on to Dixie. Dixie is getting back to the upside right now. It's forming a very choppy consolidation here, and we may see some kind of like um, um, a volatile session, especially when bond yield is forming kind of like a bullish momentum. Treasury is going down, and also CPI is coming on Wednesday, so we may see some kind of like a volatility in Dixie as well. Moving on to Apple, which is technology name, is getting back to the downside. Apple today cannot manage a good positive momentum. I would say Apple is potentially getting down to 200 area. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to Amazon. Amazon, $233 today fix, and getting back to the upside after earning on Thursday, and Amazon is getting back to the upside today. Ugly session on Friday, but today was not that bad. Meta is still hanging around pretty close to new all-time high, forming nicely. A very exhaustive, I would say, but this one can get to the higher price. Right now, it's the only leader along with Netflix for new all-time high. Here is the Microsoft. Microsoft opened positive and closed positive today. Not a bad session. All in all, I should say Microsoft plus Nvidia plus Apple, they're kind of like a lagging. Moving on to Google. Google closed a positive today, gapped up, but still lagging here after earning on Friday. Um, Netflix, a brand new all-time high, 1,227. That's great. And Netflix still keeps grinding higher. I don't know how far it's going to stretch up, But this name shows that if it wants to go up, it's just going up crazy. And if it wants to go down, it's gonna just disappoint everyone. It can't go down. So still with trend until the end, because the end is gonna be ugly. But right now, Netflix keep grinding higher. I don't have any share on this. I wish I would, but I don't have it. Moving on to Tesla. Tesla is getting to my interesting area, like a supply demand area, the one that I mentioned here, 326 to 360. This is the area that I'm looking at for Tesla to bounce. To be honest, I was tempted to buy to nibble in some. I didn't. And I will see how it goes tomorrow. So tomorrow we may see if Tesla gives us some kind of like opportunity, we may get into buy position. Moving on to semiconductor index. As a match, it's just getting back to the upside today nicely with a boost of NVIDIA and AMD stocks. The same pattern here going up today, $219 right now. It's very, very choppy, no clear trend. But this choppiness, I would say, if it breaking through to the upside, which I think it's going to happen, that's going to be very, very spicy move to the upside. Moving on to Taiwan Semiconductor Index, positive today, Doji Bar, AMD just forming the bottom here somewhere around 108 to 110. So we will see how it goes. If it forms the bottom, I would say 137 is coming down the road. Today was not bad price action at all. Moving on to NVIDIA, moving higher today, 133. NVIDIA can close this gap around 142. And the Texas Instrument positive today. Nimble, kind of like a price action, very modest, but 180, it's forming a bear flag here. If it goes down here, 175, 173, I would say it worth to buy it. Moving on to Lam Research, it just established itself above 82, still rejecting 84. So if it closes above 84, I would say Lam can lead its way to a 101. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to XLF, which is a financial spider, just getting back to the downside, rolling over 51, and KBE large cap bank ETF at $58. It's reversing to the downside. I would say all banks and financials actually getting weak today. KRE the same pattern going down. Very sharp sell-off for them. JP Morgan just forming evening star at the top, and this is bearish pattern going down, potentially going very lower. Goldman Sachs, the same pattern here, just a reversal at the top going down. And Bank of America, sharp sell-off today, $46.67 closed, but this one can go down to 42. And Wells Fargo reversing to the downside. All banks actually just getting back to the downside. GDX, gold miners, just going higher. While gold is going up, GDX gold miners actually are following today, 2.69% to the upside. Not a bad session. GDXJ, it just gapped up, but cannot manage the positive during session. It's just going down because it goes to this gap. So this is a gap filled, and we'll see how it goes tomorrow. AEM, Agnico Eagle, brand new all-time high, 102 tested, closed at 151. Newmont, 46.46, just moving higher. And I believe that $50 to 51 is coming. Moving on to gold barrick $17 today, closed positive, but this breaking through needs to have a consolidation prior to the next rally to the $19. Moving on to XLE, which is energy spider, going higher nicely today. I believe energy market is kind of like a ready for a nice rally to the upside, especially with crude oil is forming a reversal as well. XOIH, oil and gas ETF services, going higher today as well, $283 closed. Here is the Exxon. Exxon, I would say this W pattern is formed. If we get above 112, then 115 is coming down the road, then 123 is coming down the road. So we'll see. And Chevron, last stock today, 155 close, nicely positive. The entire session was positive, and this is pretty bullish. I would say if Chevron gets back to its bullish momentum, it can challenge 160. So we'll see how it goes. All right, folks, I believe I covered everything. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and have a good one. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.